Hello, good afternoon. Pleasure to be here. Thank you for inviting me. And I'm here to answer a question. And the question is, what is the point of happiness? The answer is life. You have already heard about life today. One of my physicist colleagues told you that maybe there was no point to the universe, but there was certainly a point of life. And the point of life is very simple. It's something that we have constructed ourselves, something that we have constructed with our feeling, our consciousness, the fact that we reflect on what happens to us, and that has allowed us to give a meaning to our life. Now, happiness is absolutely vital in order to be able to give meaning to our life. So, in order to tell you a little bit about this, I have to explain first what I think happiness is. And you might think, well, is it joy? Is it something else? Now, it's very difficult to define and to explain what happiness is, but I'm going to try. And I would say that happiness is a state of being that is both physical and mental, and which depends on three major components, and you're quite familiar with them. One is well-being, another is joy, another is a personal reflection that you make on that state. Is this ability beyond well-being, beyond joy, of thinking about what you are experiencing, thinking about the fact that something has happened to you and that something is happening to you now that you experience as happiness. And that is absolutely critical for you to, in fact, have that feeling of happiness. Now, of course, there are many varieties of happiness. You may actually not feel joy all the time. In fact, we normally don't. We're not bursting with joy every day and every hour. And you may feel all of that with different intensities. And you may reflect sometimes more, sometimes less. But essentially, what is important is that all those ingredients are present in what we call happiness, and that is the theme of this session. Now, how did this ability of self-knowledge, that is really what I'm talking about, came to be? And in reality, this is a big mystery. It is the mystery of feeling, and we happen to know a little bit about it, so I'm going to share it with you, with the proviso that you understand that some of these things are not fully worked out yet. It's not that science has come up with a full understanding of what is feeling, what is in fact conscious feeling. But one thing that we know quite well is that life has existed on our planet for about 4 billion years, not thousands of years, not millions, billions of years. Life had to be regulated. And whether we're talking about an amoeba or a bacterial cell, that little organism had to have something called life regulation, as we do, except it was simpler. And in those little creatures, already, the name that we can give to that simple regulation that is going on all around us is homeostasis. That's the way in which our life is naturally regulated, and it's a very basic process, and it's a process on which we do not interfere. The same way that right now, our hearts are beating, our lungs are functioning, our gut is working, we have secretion of certain molecules into our bloodstream, and so forth, and none of that is actually known directly to us. It's going automatically, and it's a good thing because it has been fine-tuned over all those billions of years. However, at a certain point, something quite magic happened, is that organisms became able to feel what was going on in their inside, in their mind. And so we had the mental experience of our state of life, and that is exactly what is called a feeling. That is what is called, in fact, a conscious feeling, because feelings of necessity are conscious. Now, just think of the beauty of this. Even if you don't know all the details, this is an incredible transformation, because now it begins to give the opportunity for creatures very complex like us to have a say on what we can do. It's not just that life is being regulated automatically without us saying anything about it. We have the possibility of saying, no, I can do this or I cannot do this. And think also of the complexity that this brings. There are things that we will do that will be good and will be an advantage to us, but there are also things that we may do that are not so good. So in fact, we have been given a gift that we have to be careful with, because it can be extremely positive to us, or it can, in fact, be not so good, and we have to watch out for what is happening with it.